Welcome back, Royal Sussex Squad. Family, buckle up, because today we're talking about something that has the palace spinning in circles, panicking in real time, and leaking like a busted pipe. Prince Harry announces a dignified, meaningful trip to Toronto to support veterans. And suddenly Prince William is shaking in Brazil, wondering why nobody cares about him playing volleyball with kids in a photo op meant to distract from his failing public image. Now, let's get into this, because you and I both know this didn't happen by accident. This is that divine karma. This is what happens when you try to silence someone who was chosen for greatness. So William lands in Brazil, ready to convince the world that he is a statesman, a leader, a global prince. But instead of dazzling the public, he looks like a man who lost the plot, unprepared, stiff, uncomfortable, with no clue how to connect with the people around him. And baby, it gets worse. Because the moment Prince Harry's Toronto trip was announced, boom, the spotlight left William like the last guest leaving a dull party. And suddenly every newspaper, every commentator, every gossip mill is talking about Harry, and William cannot stand it. William spent millions and years building this Earthshot PR fantasy, but Harry, with a single announcement, collapses the illusion. So, of course, the palace goes into meltdown mode. They start briefing Tom Sykes. They start whispering to the press. Harry timed this on purpose. It's not subtle. This is an attack. Oh, please. If William were truly secure, and if Earthshot actually mattered, he would have ignored Harry's trip. But the fact that William and his little aides are crying to the media tells you everything. Harry doesn't have to try to overshadow William. William overshadows himself by being unremarkable. Let's talk about the real gag. William and his team are acting like Harry should freeze time every time the Wales family books a trip. Sorry, the world doesn't revolve around a man who can't even stand up straight at a press line. Harry is supporting veterans, something he's done his entire life. He doesn't need permission. He doesn't need palace approval. He doesn't need to adjust his schedule to protect William's fragile ego. And let's not ignore the hypocrisy. These same people claim Harry is irrelevant. They say he's gone. They say nobody cares. So why is William pressed, obsessed and leaking to Tom Sykes? Because deep down, everyone knows who the real global figure is. The people cheer for Harry because he stands for something. He shows compassion. He shows loyalty to soldiers, to the sick, to the wounded, to communities that have been shoved into the margins. Meanwhile, William plays beach volleyball like it's some environmental milestone and wants us all to clap like baby seals. Even the imagery was telling. Harry, purposeful, focused, dignified. William, dancing around Brazil trying to look energetic and youthful, while stories of a sick king overshadow everything. The truth is, the firm thought William could use Earthshot to look like the new leader the world needed. But instead, he looks like a man who can't get out of Harry's shadow. Let's talk about that sick king situation. Palace insiders say William's trip was designed to make him look like the healthy, stable future. That alone tells you how desperate things have become. Instead of caring for a king battling cancer, William is using Charles' illness as a PR prop to boost his own image. That is cold. That is calculating. That is terrifying. Meanwhile, Harry quietly keeps in contact with his father. Regular phone calls, a rebuilding, a healing. Why? Because Harry still has a heart. Harry still cares about the man who raised him. William, on the other hand, is allegedly furious that Charles still talks to Harry. The pettiness runs deep. You can almost hear William shouting, "Father is mine, Harold." It's giving soap opera. It's giving insecure, older sibling energy. It's giving, I spent 40 years preparing for a role the world doesn't want me to play. Now let's talk about the petty little revenge plot. William threatening, again, to strip Harry and Meghan of their titles. Every time William feels threatened, he runs to the press like, "We'll take the titles?" First of all, grow up. Second of all, those titles mean more to the firm than to Harry and Meghan. Harry is Harry. Meghan is Meghan. Their global impact has nothing to do with royal labels. Take the titles and see what happens. Harry and Meghan will still shine, still thrive, still outperform the entire institution. But William pushing to remove their kids' titles? That's cruelty. That's punishment. That's instability. It shows how far they're willing to go to control Harry. Let's tell the truth. The only reason William wants a slimmed-down monarchy is because he can't stand to see Harry outshine him. Harry does not fit the silhouette because Harry isn't boring. Harry isn't robotic. Harry isn't empty. Harry has meaning. Harry has purpose. The world sees him as a man of conviction, and that bothers William deeply. Let's revisit Harry's so-called duty. The palace says Harry is convinced that duty means doing what feels right to him. And guess what? They're absolutely correct, because Harry actually understands the point of service. He's not following orders from a dusty institution that has never served him or Meghan. He's following his heart. Harry offered to be half in. He was ready to continue serving. He asked for security because his life was in danger. And what did they do? They leaked his location. They denied him protection. They punished him for marrying a black woman. They told the world he was not welcome. So he left, with dignity and purpose. And they've been bitter ever since. Harry is no longer bound by the crown. He answers to his own moral compass, and that's why the world respects him. Now look at William. He ran off to Brazil, hoping for headlines. Instead, his big moment got drowned by Harry's quiet, dignified work. Ask yourself, if Harry is irrelevant, why is William terrified? Why does every Harry announcement cause a palace emergency? Why are they still leaking about him? The answer is simple. Without Harry, William looks painfully small. The bond with Charles is warming quietly too. William doesn't like that. William doesn't trust Harry because William knows Harry sees behind the curtain. But Harry still talks to Charles. He still maintains a relationship. That speaks volumes about Harry's character. Meanwhile, the press thought Earthshot would be the next Nobel Prize. But can William speak without rehearsed lines? Does he connect with the public? Does he have charisma? Does he inspire anyone? Or is he just a man waiting for a crown? Harry could have been king, and the world knows it. He has everything William lacks: heart, authenticity, presence, and courage. In Toronto, Harry will stand with veterans. He'll speak as someone who served, who fought, who understands trauma and healing. It is real work, serious work. That is what scares the monarchy. Harry serves people directly, not through photo ops. Let's go back to William's reaction. Instead of focusing on his mission in Brazil, he sends aides to gossip to Tom Sykes. Instead of stepping into leadership, he plays the blame game. Instead of showing strength, he throws tantrums. He even wants the titles removed again to punish Harry for simply existing. You can't make this up. A future king who can't handle criticism. A grown man who can't function without comparing himself to his younger brother. A prince who wants to slim down the monarchy because he can't handle competition within his own family. Meanwhile, Meghan quietly supports Harry, raises their children, runs successful business ventures, and lives rent-free in the minds of the tabloids that claim they don't care about her. Meghan doesn't chase the spotlight chases her. That's the difference. Harry and Meghan have built a brand of compassion. The monarchy has built a brand of insecurity. William's crisis reveals the truth. No amount of Earthshot PR can fix a man who has no mission of his own. And that's why the palace is terrified. Because Harry doesn't need them, but they need him. They need his relevance, his energy, his example. He's proof that you can serve without a crown. Let's end with this. Harry didn't overshadow William. William overshadowed himself because he has nothing to say. And just like that, Harry, Meghan and their children continue living in peace while the monarchy exhausts itself trying to control a man who has already won. Royal Sussex Squad. We see the truth. We celebrate Harry's greatness. And we laugh as William proves, again, that he cannot handle life outside Harry's shadow. Thank you for riding with us tonight. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and if you want to support the channel, drop a super thanks to help us keep fighting for truth. I'll catch you in the next one. Stay bold, stay loud, and stay Sussex strong.